Hello my dear sewing friends, it's Elisa here with Thoughtful Creativity, and today, drum roll, I would love to encourage you to be your own designer. And I am on a mission to make a dress, so I hope that you will get inspired, you will get that courage, because as always, if I can do it, then you can do it for sure. And we're going to get started with a very simple shape, because a lot of times you will see this dress being called a tent dress, an umbrella dress, a circle dress, a swing dress, so a lot of different names for a very simple design. And we're gonna get started with a very simple geometric shape. As you know, squares and circles and triangles have been used for years in order to create very simple patterns for clothing, and that's exactly what we're doing today. So let's get started. I want to give you a really quick sneak peek of some of the fabric choices that I have over here, because I haven't decided yet which one I'm going to use. So there are plenty of possibilities and plenty of really fun prints and solids that you can use for this design. First, go ahead and grab a piece of paper. You can also use old newspapers or wrapping paper if you have some, and then fold it like so. So once you open it up, you will actually see that crease right in the middle of the paper. Now let's go ahead and close it back up and fold it in one more time. Now when you open up your paper, you will see 4 segments, and we want to use the one that's in the middle. They're all the same. We just want to use the longest one, so that way it's a little bit easier for us to make our dress. I grabbed my big binder and I was looking for a top pattern that I really like. Now on my channel you can find over 20 quick and easy tutorials for really fun tops, or you can grab a pattern that you already have at home, or maybe you copied something from a ready-to-wear garment. Whatever works for you, just grab a top pattern that you really like. Now I want to use just the top part of it, so maybe just about an inch underneath the armhole. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and take the piece of paper that I folded earlier, and I want to align my pattern piece with the segment that we outlined. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my pattern piece, and I want to align the middle of it with this straight line. And I also want to make sure that the other side of my pattern piece, the one that's just underneath the sleeve, also touches the other red line. And then I'm gonna go ahead and simply trace around it. And this is going to be a really cute butterfly sleeve dress for my little one. For the dress design that I will be making for myself, I think I'm going to be using this base that I already have on me. It's a super simple t-shirt with only 2 pattern pieces, the front and the back, and I absolutely love it. It's very simple, very straightforward. It's not too oversized. It's actually quite fitted, so I think the top part is going to be the perfect base for this dress. So this part is going to be on a fold. Now if you'd like to give yourself a little bit more extra room in the bust, what you can do is, instead of tracing your pattern right up here where this part touches the line and this part touches the line, you can actually shift it a little bit lower like so, where you will have a little bit more room between the edge of the original pattern and the line that we folded. And then of course what you can do is you can trace the pattern and extend the line like so, so that way you're giving yourself a little bit of extra room in this area. Then I will go ahead and I will mark however long I want this dress to be, and then using this simple circle skirt method that we've used time and time again, I'm gonna go ahead and mark the rest of the hem, and then just connect the dots, and that's it. Your dress is pretty much ready. After that, of course, you will need to do exactly the same thing to the back pattern piece as well, because you will need your front and you will need your back in order to create your beautiful dress. And after that, we can cut your fabric, but think about, do you want to add a ruffle to the hem? Do you want a wide hem, small hem? Do you want to add any sort of other design elements to your creation? Now, as I mentioned, for the dress that I'm making for myself, I'm using the top that I'm wearing right now. So the pattern for it, I took from my big old binder, and this is how the pattern for the dress looks for me. Of course, when you're making it for yourself, make sure that you double check your waist measurement, that it fits where it falls on your dress, and your hip measurement as well, just to be sure. And let me take a look at what kind of fabrics I'm going to be using for my dresses. I have some butterflies right over here. This is double brush polyester jersey. I think this was either a viscose or rayon, and I think I might be using this for a dress for my little one. Now this, I believe, is just jersey with some addition of other, oh, I cannot find the tag, but it is a beautiful, oh, there it is. It is cotton lycra jersey knit. So beautiful print, look at that. But to me, I want something juicier for the summer. Now this is a woven as well, and I absolutely love the bright roses, so I might be using this for another dress for my little one. She really doesn't have many clothes for summer, so I think I might take this opportunity to make something for her. I really like these stripes. This is also a stretch fabric, so stretch knit. However, the black, I don't think I'm feeling the black right now. And this one, I love that super juicy pink plus red, and I made a cardigan for myself a really long time ago with similar colors, and I think this dress is gonna go really nice with that cardigan. And if I end up making my dress out of this one, I'll show you how it all looks together at the end of the video. This fabric is actually from a really special sewing friend, so I'm really happy that I get to use it today. I'm gonna give it a really good press so that way it's a little bit easier for me to cut everything nice and straight. And of course here I'm going for a really juicy bold print. But if you make this kind of dress in solid, like navy, beige, black, red, you know, any other solid really, you get yourself a really versatile shift dress that you can wear with like a little belt, or as is with a jacket or a cardigan. So definitely look beyond what you see as a tutorial. Look beyond what you see as a simple line drawing and really infuse it with your design and your inspiration. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my pattern now, and you guys know better than anybody what I'm about to say. Repeat after me. That I draft my patterns without seam allowances included, without any hem allowances included, so I will be adding them as I cut my fabric. Of course, you can do that on the paper or you can do that the same way. Whichever way is best for you, just don't forget that you do need your seam allowances. So when I'm working on multiple projects at the same time, like in this case, so I'm making 2 dresses for my child and 1 dress for myself, I try to cut out everything at the same time so later on I don't have to go back to it. And this method you can use for both, for knit fabrics and woven fabrics as well. So these 2 dresses are for my child and they're made from woven fabrics, and the dress for myself is made from knits. Now comes the sewing part. So for this dress, I'm actually going to be using bias tape and a keyhole opening in the back. But for the other dress, I'm going to be using an all-in-one facing just to kind of mix it up a little bit. And all of these tutorials on how to do this or that you will find in the info box below. The construction of all of the dresses that I'm making today is pretty basic and straightforward. You sew the shoulder seams, the side seams, then of course you hem or add a ruffle, but it all depends on what kind of finishing touches you're using in your project. So one is made with bias tape, one is made with all-in-one facing or a burrito method, and of course a knit garment is going to be treated differently as well. Alright, I am just about to finish this one. The original plan was to add a ruffle on the bottom, and then I decided not to, so this is going to be more like a tunic rather than a dress, but still really cute. So now on to the next project. This one is done as well. Look at that ruffle on the bottom. I also made really bright pink leggings for her to go together with this little tunic slash dress, because for right now she can wear it with leggings and a little cardigan on top, and then during summertime this could be a really cute dress on its own. Alright, the pattern pieces are cut and I'm ready to get started on this dress for myself. Now, first I will sew the shoulder seams, but just one, because I will actually finish the neckline the same way as I finished it right over here, so that way it looks a little bit less casual and a little bit more like a dress that's not made out of jersey. So I kind of want to go for comfort, but I don't want it to be super visible that it's a jersey dress. And if you are a member, definitely check out the membership perks, and there is already a special video, the tutorial on how to finish neckline this way. So an alternative way of how to finish necklines on your jersey and knit garments. So definitely check out your members perks, the community tab, and I'm gonna get started on sewing the shoulder seam. So guys, the dress is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my dress form, and I'm going to let it hang for about 24 hours. And once the hem drops, then I'm gonna go ahead and hem it. I'm really not that concerned about the hem dropping on the two dresses that I made for my child, partially because the fabric is on the lighter side, therefore it's not that heavy, and there's not that much fabric to begin with because it's for a small child. But the project for myself, although the knit is also not heavy, it's quite lightweight, but still it has some weight to it, and the project is bigger and larger, therefore I just want to make sure. Well, let's take a look at what do we have here. As I mentioned, I also made these bright pink leggings to go together with this little dress for right now, before the summer actually starts. And my child gave it a spin in the morning, and I think that she absolutely loves it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Now this one is a tunic, and I absolutely love it as well. It's lightweight and easy breezy, and I think it's going to be a great little item to wear right now and during summertime as well. And finally, here's my dress. Let's give it a really good spin. Now, as I mentioned, I have a cardigan that is of the same color scheme as this dress. Now, I don't like when you just wear it as is, but if you actually knot it, because then it brings up the cardigan up, it looks really nice together. Now you can dress it up, you can dress it down. I don't have a wide enough belt that would be of the same color or would go well together, so I just grabbed elastic to show you that you can actually wear it with a belt as well if you make it in some other fabric or maybe a solid. So very versatile garment that is not super fancy. It's simple, straightforward, but you can get a ton of wear out of it during summer times. Again, dress it up, dress it down, just have fun with it. Okay, here's a question. Do you want to know how to draft a cardigan very similar to this one? If you do, then click right over here. I have a very detailed tutorial on how to draft your very own classic cardigan. So click right over here, and I'll see you in the very next tutorial. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye!